Hello and welcome to Gauntlet League Wrestling. My name is Lowell, and this is session 7 for our 2019 show. And today, our little Lucha, Holy Lucha's looking over us, watching over and giving us the benediction for our show today. We are in session 7 of 8, which means we are heading towards a pay-per-view next session. And we'll talk about what that means here towards the end. Today, we're going to be doing some wrestling with Worldwide Wrestling, the RPG. We are playing with the first version of the beta for the Worldwide Wrestling rules. A new version came out today. We are not playing with those because I'm not going to jump horse in midstream. We're going to stick with playing these today. We're part of the Gauntlet Hangouts. Gauntlet is an online gaming community. If you're curious about these videos, you can find out more about that at gauntlet-rpg.com. If you're watching this, but you're like, gee, I wish this was a podcast, we have an automatic translator for our AP videos now over to podcasts, so you can actually listen to episodes if that's your preferred way of ingesting APs. I will try and put that link to that in the show notes. So today we come back. It's that kind of last show before they try and do a bigger production, before they try to sell in the market. We've got booking that's going to be coming up here. We're going to do that. Before we do the booking, we need to do the over move, which is the top spot move, which is currently occupied by a truly abysmal human being, Yellow Rose Dave Dallas. Dallas.
If I'm so abysmal, why does everybody love me so much?
Fair enough. So what you're going to do is you are going to, let's see here. So he has a different thing for the top spot there, where rather than rolling, you get a segment focused on you, and you get some extra momentum, and then you get to spend momentum to do those things. And this is on the basic moves tab. Demand to be granted a match, add a stipulation, call out anyone on the roster to explain themselves and gain a heat with them, declare a non-wrestling segment for later in the show. And there's the phone. Let's see, what is this? I'm going to mute here just briefly.
Lowell has a landline.
I mean, so does my house. My house has 2 landlines. It's very dumm.
We have to for Sherry's
It's acceptable
work.
if one is for your BBS.
Yeah.
That's my parents' house. So.
alt.rec.wrestling that Joe runs. Because of Sherry's work, we have to have a landline in case the power goes out. And so there's a lot of dumb stuff that we have because of that. Anyway, the other thing I think that you can do, because they don't have it in the beta, but we have been using it, is you can spend momentum to affect the promotion tags and troubles. And I think we'll just do that on a 1-for-1 basis.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
you can choose not to spend any of that momentum.
yeah,
So then I get to smack you.
Let me look this list over.
I was wondering how your tags worked without the other over move.
Yeah, we'll just put it in as another option on this. We used the old over move the last time we did this, but I want to try this out.
Let's look at the tags and troubles. I think a lot of my action with him is really more blurring the line between kayfabe and reality than a lot of the over moves represent. So
do you want to remove a trouble, add a trouble, add a tag?
You know what? Because it's just, I think when he's winning, he's actually more infuriating. We're going to remove in debt. because the bloody stuff, the weird like the hipster wrestling fans or AEW people, they're kind of starting to get into Dave Dallas because it's so throwback and so old school that it's just kind of catching fire on the internet. And
that seems reasonable to me. So we just so you can put a strike through that. Let me get that. And then do you want to do something else there, or do you want to do another one of the picks from that list?
I don't think I really. Let me go back and basic moves. You said right.
Yep, third column.
They were from City of Heroes, weren't they?
I do think they're sort of neat. I kind of like the no roll for the guy on top getting some stroke.
Yeah. And that choice of you have a resource, it gives you a cost.
Well, this one's circular that I can declare a non-wrestling segment later in the show. And when that segment starts, take +1 momentum. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay.
Because he wants a package to talk to the audience later.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you what the roster is, the card is for today. And then because you're in the top spot, we get to open with a segment focused on you. And then we'll check in with the backstage. So tonight's show, they're going to open because they're trying to generate more heat. They're trying to put two people in the ring that they think show legitimate skills. They're going to put Mr. Fabulous, Jim Queen, versus Tigresa in that first match. Then it is going to be Torres versus Gherkin, and then Malin versus Dallas for the third match. And right now, Wolf is hoping that he's going to be able to book a King of the Hill match for the end, but we'll see how time goes. They're playing it by ear right now. So that is the card for the show, the order that we're going in. Dallas, I mean, when they do a segment, do we open? Does the show just open on you, or what do we want to see there?
I think, I guess does it have to be a kayfabe segment, or is it like a narrative segment? Because I think
it's focused on you and your agenda, so you can do if you want to do on camera, off camera.
I think this is off camera because I think he has had enough of this bullshit, and like Dave Dallas is really in a very, and I think circumstances have conspired to allow him to tell himself this too, that like he's in the hero is the villain is the hero of his own story kind of situation right now. Like he actually has some legitimate grievances. I think like it's like the Big Lebowski. You're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
Right. So what is it that you want to do? Where are we starting, Dave?
So he's starting with Wolf Backhouse. He's pissed off. And he's like, anyway, what he wants to start with is, I thought you said you're going to have that jobber make me look good last week. What was that bullshit? Hitting me with a chair. Getting hit by a chair with goddamn jobber.
I would have thought you would have. I mean, when you spent the time working with Gherkin about how you were going to run the show, when you went through that and worked that out, did you?
Fuck you talking? I'm a wrestler. We don't work it out. We get in there and we go.
Well, then, Dave, I kind of don't think you have any leg to stand on that if you didn't work that out with him before.
It's not my fault. You hire guys that don't know how to wrestle.
He looks really intently at you and he goes, yeah, that's been an issue.
God damn it. You're a jobber. Whip into the ropes, ass over tea kettle, into a hold, work a body part. It's simple.
Dave, what is it you want?
Call them on here. I got to talk to all them jabronis.
Did you take a move that impacts this, as I recall?
That's exactly what I'm going for. Yes, okay. I am a special snowflake. So where is that?
Roll plus reel.
All right. So there's the link. And it's not opening for whatever reason. Copy. There we go. All right. Stay hot, Dave. Stay hot. Ho, ho, ho! 12.
12.
So
So
So-
I think that the scene though that the consequences are is that Wolf before the show calls everybody out to the ring to have a conversation with all of you. You get to know Wolf just wants to go over some things, and has all of you come out. Has the other NPW talent comes out, a couple dozen, and you guys are all standing there. And Wolf says, Dave wants to say something to everyone.
yeah, I want to say something to everybody. I'm sick of all this bullshit, this indie outlaw shit that you guys are all pulling. It's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to look like it hurts. God damn it. You understand this? You understand? I don't need a jobber hitting me with a chair. If you're going to hit me with a chair, at least do it a working shot, not working hardcore.
Dave, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I hit you that hard. I wasn't supposed to be any harder than it should have been. I didn't realize it must have gotten away from me.
I mean, Jesus Christ, didn't you see what I did to that other goof? Hit me in the head with the ladder. Enough. I didn't plan on using that pile driver.
Yeah, I'm still feeling that from last
Good.
week for sure. I think your response may have been a little more than necessary, but I understand you're pretty upset, Dave. I got to admit though, the audience sure got a pop out of it.
I'm offended by what you are all putting on as professional wrestling. Okay, enough of this stuff.
Dave does have a point that you've been in some loose matches, and I don't think it was your fault, Dave. I'm going to agree with you. Everybody needs to be a little more careful with each other. We're putting on a show. We're not out there trying to take each other's teeth out with ladders and chairs. Oh, my.
This guy gets it. And I'm here to tell y'all, if you don't like what I'm saying, look at the ratings. Look at the money. I know what I'm doing. I'm the only one that's been on TV outside the Hunting Network.
Okay, Dave, I think you've made a statement. Everyone seems to have.
One more statement. If I get hit one more time, I'm killing one of you sons of bitches. Understand?
Okay, all right. Well, thank you everybody for coming and listening, and you will see a number of the other veteran wrestlers are like looking at each other like, we're going to murder this dude. And Wolf will move you off. Everybody, just get ready. Going to have a great show tonight. Just get set. Thanks, everybody. And he will move Dave off to the side. Sable, what's your reaction after that? Do you want to do a scene? Do you want to call something here?
Yeah. I want to have an aside with Wolf. I think it's nice that you have Jim and I working, but I feel like just for continuity's sakes, maybe it should be Dave and me in a match together, because I did interfere in his match last week. He might want some revenge. I could call him out.
He will say the issue that we have.
I'm calling him out.
You want to go do a promo and call that?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Because And he looks at you and goes, okay, we'll start with you. Well, we'll put you at the top then. We'll put Malin versus Fabuloso. But let me go check with Mr. Fabulous on that before I say, okay, is that reasonable to you, Tigressa?
Sure. He's got plenty of people that he can work with that are actually vying for the title. So,
Tyler, Wolf comes to you, Mr. Fabulous.
I think I'm probably looking for Wolf as well.
Hey, let's Henry, let's go have a conversation.
Absolutely, Wolf. I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I can here. And I appreciate the straps. They're playing into this new role. I'm really happy with where it's going. I think it's gonna blow up. But Wolf, why do you keep putting me in matches with people I have no crowd reason for doing? Everyone is what I really have enjoyed working with fucking names. With Joey. Excellent. Would love to see that move up. Dave and I had some heat going. Every week I get somebody that I've got to build a whole brand new narrative with each week. Am I really going to have to fight against Sable?
No, Sable doesn't wants a bite at Dallas.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that'll be fun.
So I'm looking at swapping the booking around. I was hoping to save you and Torres again for the pay-per-view.
Well, I'm going to go have a talk with fucking names. Real name, Billy Ray. With Billy Ray, because I kind of like this idea of him Svengaling us all. He kind of led in with that at the end of last time. Want to see his thoughts on it.
Okay, well,
so us not fighting, him controlling.
So what do you want? I mean, if you think we're not doing you justice booking wise, what is it you want? Because my time is tight here.
How about the Weasel and I put on a hell of a show?
Okay. That puts Malin versus. Okay.
I'll even put up the. How about I put up the DM belt?
That sounds good. We'll put you on second segment then.
Fantastic, Wolf. Oh, you're a doll.
Let me go tell Malin and Torres, because they both are expecting to go later in the match. Malin, one of the runners comes down and says, "Oh, Mr. Malin."
Yeah, sure. What's up?
They're going to do a couple of camera segments, and then you're going to be on with Torres. There's
Okay.
a big change up.
Okay. Okay. What sort of match? Just standard?
I just told you guys are going to be in a ring. You should figure that out.
Okay. All right. I'll go see if I can find. Joey.
Okay. Joey, where will what are you up to when Malin tracks you down?
I think I am in a green room going over my social media.
Okay. And you'll see Malin, who has a strong image, comes in to talk to you.
Oh, hey, Frenchie.
Oh, hey. Like I look at it as like, are you online right now? Like, can we?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I got some problems.
Okay.
The Terremoto before me, his arm's better, and he's calling himself the real Terremoto now. I don't know what to talk about that. I don't know. Anyway, what's up?
Okay. I might have some ideas for you on that later, but I would say you might want to talk to maybe Sable about that, because I know she's probably got way more experience dealing with the politics of the masks. I know that's tricky business.
He's back in Mexico. There's nothing I could do about it, really. A lot of my followers are from there, and I can't control it. Anyway, what's up?
Okay, it looks like they switched up the booking at the last minute. I just had one of Wolf Runners run up and tell me it's going to be me and you right after the opening promos and chatterbox segments. Yeah, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be. It was not supposed to be that. I was supposed to go against Dallas, and I thought I was building up something for that because Dallas and I really haven't done a whole lot yet.
Yeah, and I just
you and I just.
I'm honored. But I just fought you 2 weeks ago, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to build on that. I was thinking about, since you had something going with Jim Queen from last match, maybe we could talk to him about doing some kind of run-in or something, just to sort of spice things up and lead into something with you guys, because you and I don't really have that buzz, but you've really got something going with him that I think we could build up.
Yeah, it sounds good. Wow, this is sudden. We got to talk to our guy. Wolf doesn't. I mean, he can't push us around. I know I'm new, but man, Terremoto's been around for a while. He can't just push me around.
Yeah, I think the tricky part there is I think he's getting dragged a little bit by Dallas. I think Dallas has something on Wolf. Like, that seems to be, because Wolf's rolling over way too much for Dallas. Like, this is weird. And like, I know Wolf doesn't like him. Like, you can't look at the two of them standing next to each other and think that Wolf is doing this because he likes Dave. Dave has something on Wolf, and I don't know exactly what the heck it is. I don't know what's going on with it, but I mean, I know Dave's got that ridiculous internet fan buzz going by all the people who are hoping that who are trying to argue whether this is real, whether this is work or shoot or whatever the heck they think it is. But that, right, man. But tonight we got stuff going on, and I want to build up to what you got going with Jim, because I think that's where the money is. You and I don't have enough heat really to pull that. I mean, we had enough for that first match. I don't know if we've got enough to kind of pull out something that would build up to anything anytime soon. But I can definitely put you and light things up for you to go after Jim, and I think that's going to be where the money is.
All right, let's make the magic happen.
Do you guys go talk to Wolf, or do you just plan your stuff out?
I think we talk a little bit, but I think Billy Ray wants to go talk to Henry about building up to this, because he doesn't know what's going on with the shift. He hadn't heard any of this other stuff yet, so like he just knows all of a sudden that like everything's getting shaken up, and every time something gets shaken up or broken, it seems like Dave has done it, so he's going to go see what he can salvage out of this mess.
Okay. We'll come back to you possibly on that, or maybe come after that first match. We'll see how we want to arrange that. Let's come and check in with Jerry. What Jerry is up to. You will get word down that Jim Queen is looking for you, and that apparently there's been a big roster change, that you're not going up against Torres, against Terremoto.
I'll go looking for Jim then. See what he has in mind. I don't really have a lot of details about what's going on with the match. Yeah, maybe he's got some more some info to share on that.
So, Jim, where does he find you?
Probably back there, getting myself into makeup, honestly, all that very elaborate makeup.
Hey Jim, I understand you and I are going to tangle tonight.
That's right. I was going to come grab you. I'm sorry. Just keep working on it. And you'll see I've got kind of a little goth kid that's working on my makeup there. I have a picture of him now in my shard, my valet.
I kind of nod over to him and like, hi.
And smiles and waves. But I've been wanting to get a hold of you. Time. we're going to be going tonight. You're going to get a shot at the belt.
Like,
Let's be honest.
okay.
We know how this is going to go. This is the business, but I think I'm going to give you something that a lot of these other folks aren't.
What's
I
that?
want you to shine, buddy. It's all about making a good story. And I'll tell you, I want to see you get off some nice moves. I know you've been rocking heel,
Mm-hmm.
but I could push you into a face that the fans like.
Really? Huh. I've been working at this heel, but it just it seems to be going against the grain. But it's the job demands what it demands. But yeah, maybe a turn could be what I need.
Hard luck hero. I think people will be all about it.
Wow. Yeah, that's I like that. I like that.
So my thought is, when we get in there, I'll get off a few things here and there, but I want you primary offense. If you feel up for it,
Yeah,
whip
definitely.
me down early so I can do the snap, go nuts, beat the crap out of you at the end.
All right. I'll put you over. Yeah, that's
And just to say, this does not like chairs.
no.
It does not like ladders. It does not like any sort of foreign thing like that. We don't play that, honey.
Understood. All right, Jim. We'll have a good match tonight.
Awesome.
Appreciate the opportunity.
It's going to make us both better.
And
I wanna
Mr. Backhouse is on board with all this.
Wolf and I are just like twins.
All right.
Kind of like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but like twins.
Let's come. I want to give Teramoto a chance to call a scene, and then I want to come to Sable's essentially doing the call out promo there. So, Teramoto, do you want to talk to Wolf? Do you want to talk to another one of the characters? Do you want to check in in Mexico? What is the sitch?
I need to talk to Tigressa for a minute.
Okay. You can see she's getting ready, like they are getting the outfit set. They're queuing up her music when you find her backstage.
Hey, Miss Tigressa, good luck tonight.
Oh, gracias, Jose.
Hey, I have a question for you. You kind of know how it works in the DF, right? The guy who used to wear the mask is kind of disrespecting me on social media, man. I don't know what to do about it.
I cut a promo on him.
Well, he's in Mexico City. You know what I really want to do is lose the mask.
But you use the social media. That's distance is no object when you can just record a video. We did it last week.
Yeah, I just don't have the fan base up here, man.
But that's what the social media is for.
All right. I just can't help but think that what I need to do is go out on my own, man. If I lose the mask, then hey, maybe something can happen, right?
The mask was passed on to you, right?
Yeah, it's owned by the syndicate in Mexico City.
And they gave you the mask, right?
Yeah.
So
they could take it away if they wanted to.
Yes,
right?
but they would also take it away from him. So.
All right. Well, maybe I just gotta.
This is very similar to the La Parka LA Park situation. So.
LA Park. Yeah. Hey, I have no idea what that means, but yeah. All right.
Well, just start cutting promos on him, build excitement. Maybe the company will, spend the money to bring him out so you two can face each other.
Yeah. Hey, I was really wondering though. Do you know anyone down there? Like, someone who could, stump for me. Someone, you're a big star down there. You know some people.
But what do you? I mean, yeah, I know plenty of people down there.
I'm just saying, maybe I could jump ship to a different mask or. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, you have plenty to think about tonight. Good luck.
Oh, okay, different. Well, I mean, that's when she just looks at you and just sighs. Well, pitch a match where you lose your mask.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea.
If you don't want to wear the mask and you don't want to cause drama with Teramoto Senior, just pitch a match where you lose your mask. Dude,
All right.
you've been involved with Fabulous, right? Title versus mask. There, simple as that. Cut a promo later
Hey,
tonight
it's a good
about it.
idea. All right. Thanks a lot. And if Wolf asks about this, we didn't talk. All right. Thanks.
Sure. I do, yes.
They'll say, Mr. Gress, are you ready to cut that promo?
Sure.
Okay. So are we in the ring? Are we backstage? When
Be in the ring. Let's do it in the ring.
All right.
So there's that question. Is the match already booked since we did all the backstage shenanigans? It's just like getting the crowd into it.
This is unless you muck this up.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Just want to double check. The music plays, run down, slapping hands, putting my merch on a little girl's head, ruffling her hair as I try to get the crowd revved up, ready to go, ready for the show start. Trying to work that audience, getting them pumped.
What's the big thing you do to work the audience here?
It's the classic. It's like the Bret Hart, put the sunglasses on the kid is always like a good face thing to do.
Okay. So. Let's have you work audience, roll plus audience.
All right. Let's see. 5 and a 4 plus 3.
Look at that. They're loving it.
Excellent.
Do you want to spend that momentum to gain that heat?
No. I will gain the momentum. Bask in the moment and gain the momentum.
Okay.
Get 3. Go to 3. As I do the flip over into the ring and get the microphone, and it's like, Buenos noches, Gauntlet City. I know it's been many questions have been running through everyone's head after I interfered last week, but the pride, the Tigressa's pride could not stand for the foul tactics of Rosa Amarillo, David Dallas. And Sable Tigressa wishes to prove to everyone right tonight in Gauntlet City, what a true wrestler, the spirit of a true luchador. What Rosa Amarillo, get out here and face me in a true wrestling match. Catch as catch can tonight, here, right now.
Let's have you roll with look.
All right. Well, okay. Because I want to do.
We want to do something else?
Well, I want to do the face move.
Okay.
We're standing up for something I believe in.
Yeah.
Spend 2 momentum to add a stipulation to a match.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely do that. And how do you the catch as catch can match? It's been a while since we've done that. So you want to run through that for us?
It's specifically built around the wrestlers using their knowledge of legitimate grappling, holds, and counters in order to demonstrate their skill and wow the audience. Under this stipulation, wrestlers can roll on reel for the wrestling move when they use legitimate grappling skills. Wrestlers only gain momentum from the wrestling move when rolling on reel or work.
Okay. So yeah, you we'll call that out. Dave,
real.
Yeah, Dave, do you think that Wolf has arranged for you to respond to that, or does he come out to just arrange the match for you?
Well, I think since it was booked, and I had with the overmover, I had earned the segment. I think there is like a prepared video package in response to this. So like this challenge is made. And up on the screen comes this video, and you see like a prairie with a wide open blue sky, like the beginning of a Western movie. And Dave Dallas comes riding across on a horse. And it kind of shows him like doing like farm stuff, like ringing hogs and putting up fences and things like that. And there's a cut. And it shows like him coaching like youth freestyle wrestling in like a gymnasium. It is like the schmaltziest, like again, what would have been a babyface promo in the past or package in the past. It's all stuff like that. And after that, I think, we would also see like footage of like his various like high school and athletic championships, newspaper clippings. And then it would cut to like a studio once again where he is being interviewed, against that set. And he's here tonight to talk about how things just keep getting more and more ridiculous. It was one thing when I was flagrantly assaulted in violation of the rules and the referees refused to do anything about it repeatedly. It is clear that Gauntlet Wrestling has a bias against a good old-fashioned Christian wrestler. The rules don't get enforced against when they're broken against me for some reason, but that's okay because I'll adapt and overcome. I'll persevere, and I can put up with a lot. And I can overcome, as you all saw last week. But tonight, the idea that I'm going to fight a lady wrestler—that's absurd. Maybe I'm not woke. Maybe I'm not intersectional. But I just don't understand this. It's a farce. It's ridiculous that I would ever be forced to face a lady wrestler in the ring, and I'm not gonna do it. It would be an insult to you, the fans, for me to go in there with her. And I think that's cutting a promo on Tigressa because I am now,
Okay. Let's have you roll with look.
All right. And so I got my one momentum back because my thing occurred. Oh yeah, all those good rolls were gonna fucking pay back sooner or later. Yeah, it doesn't work so good, and I don't think. Yeah, there's nothing that can be done about that. So what does that mean? It doesn't connect. Gain plus momentum.
Gain momentum. Yeah, it doesn't land the audience as the reaction is more, rather than taking it as you like rising a challenge that maybe you're being cowardly about this. They want to see you face Tigressa, and you can tell that it doesn't land well. Dave, you turn around and you get this bitch slap across your face, like full on hard. You're backstage, just absolute smack, just with that sort of crack open hand hit. And you see your dad. And he says, Davey, I hear that you are giving my pal Wolf some shit, and that you went out and talked trash to the entire roster. I mean, Davey, is that what happened?
Well, yeah, they're a bunch of goddamn.
Hey, I got my hand right here.
Oh, sorry, Daddy.
Listen. I taught you respect for the art. And that's what you bring into here, okay? So you do not belittle your fellow wrestlers like that. Not in front of everybody. You want to talk to somebody one-on-one. You want to go out into the parking lot and take care of things. That's one thing. But you don't do that in front of everybody. I don't care how hot you are. I will come down here and give you both sides of my hand.
But I'm a Dallas. I'm better than this mud show bullshit.
Do.
Oh, sorry, Daddy.
I made you a Dallas, and I can unmake you right now.
I have a question. Was that like on camera?
Matt, do you think it was or wasn't? I'll leave that in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're playing off like how like the camera actually caught the bottle segment from behind the curtain, and now that's part of the gimmick. They realize that got over, so they're trying to do a lot of work shoot shit right now.
Your dad goes, and you're gonna go wrestle that nice young lady, right?
That's right, and I'm gonna beat her, Daddy.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Make me proud.
I will.
And so you do get a momentum for that. I would like to go ahead, if I could, roll into the setup, the promos for Malin versus Teramoto. Is that cool with people?
Yeah. If I could, I wanted to do like one quick thing with Jim about the possible setup.
Sure.
For the end of that match.
Okay.
Just like if Tyler, if you're okay with it, just a quick conversation between Billy Ray and Henry about like what to do at the end of that match to kind of build up.
Because I was wanting to hit you, but I was figuring it'd be after matches. But I understand if you want some business going on in this one, then go ahead.
Yeah, I think he comes up to where you usually set up shop. I'm presuming you're still getting the paint put on because that's going to take like an hour. Hey Henry, you got a minute to talk?
Oh, Billy Ray, I've been planning to speak to you too.
Hey, just real quick, it looks like they set me up with Torres again, and I don't have a whole lot of stuff going on with him right now, but I know they're building up to something good with YouTube.
I have to think so too.
So what I'm thinking is, towards the end of that match, maybe we have some interference from you or your valet if you haven't gotten the paint finished up yet, or if you don't want to make sure you don't mess it up. Like maybe your valet could come in and distract him, and I do like the cheap shot heel bullshit.
I like that
and build off of that, because I know we had that little scene with me and Shard last time.
That's something I want to talk with you about later. Yeah, and I'll look over at Shard. Sound good to you? And he'll. That sounds fantastic.
And you don't have to do like, you don't have to physically interfere. Just a little distraction, just a little something to like pull Torres's attention away from me for just long enough for me to do the cheap shot. And I think that'll be money.
I agree with you, and that kind of plays to something I'll hit you with after your match. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds fantastic.
Excellent. Thanks. That's the whole segment I needed. Thanks.
Absolutely. Do you want to go ahead and do your setup, your promo?
Oh, sure. Okay. We see Milan again. This time he is not wearing the little broken mask, but he's actually like out, and he's having an interview with Victoria Onyx. And he begins. He says, Miss Onyx, you have seen all the things that have been going on here in Gauntlet League Wrestling. You have seen all of this foolishness, all of this madness that has come as a result of Gardeau and Valentina Verdict and their ilk plaguing Gauntlet League Wrestling with this twisted future, with this child's magic. But now you have seen the truth that I, Maximilien Melon, have brought to Gauntlet League Wrestling. You saw how I dealt with my opponent, Teramoto, in our last match. You saw that. You know, of course you do, because you have seen that I have brought the only truth that this Gauntlet League Wrestling universe knows. There is only one true thing here. And I come to you now without my mask, with no presuppositions, with no hidden agenda. I tell you now that I, Maximilien Malon, l'Empereur of Gauntlet League Wrestling, will bring you only the truth.
Mr. Milan, rumors are swirling that you were behind Jim Queen's turn to the dark side. We certainly saw you at the end of last week's match, seeming to suggest that you were taking credit for that. What do you have to say to that?
I have this to say. As much as I would love to take credit for every good decision that is made, and I could, but I don't need to. You saw what happened. Everyone saw what happened. The truth is out there. And you know it. Down deep, you might not want to know. See, that is the difference, Victoria. With you now, I have seen this in you as well. You know the truth, but you do not wish to, because it is a truth that you do not want to confront. Just like they do not want to confront it. They do not want to confront the truth of Malon, the truth of l'Empereur, and that truth is, as it has always been, in Gauntlet League Wrestling, l'état, c'est moi.
Thank you, Mr. Malin. Let's have you cut a promo.
And this is where it all goes to pot right here.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, not too bad. That's a 6 on the dice plus 2 for my look for an 8.
Okay. So what is it you want for your results? You can have creative book you in a particular match. You can add a stipulation to the match, or you can get a heat with the subject of your promo.
I think I'm going to gain a heat with Teramoto because I'm calling him out and I'm building a little bit to that. So that puts me in a good place for our match tonight.
Okay. Gene is on a call, dealing with a call right now. So I think rather than dragging things out, let's take our 5-minute break here. Just we'll take that, get that, and when we come back, hopefully Gene will be ready and we'll be able to roll into promo and match. Okay, so let's take 5.
So Joe, are you an MLW fan?
I'm aware of it. I've never seen it.
Because that's where I see LA Park all the time now.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was one that I had to go back and go.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Original La Parca is not allowed to be called La Parca because AAA, I think, owns the name La Parca, so he's LA Park. And there's somebody else named La Parca who's not as good as LA Park.
I want to know how Mexican copyright or trademark law works that they can get away with that. Like,
well, I mean,
he's not La Parca, he's LA Park. Like, yeah, that wouldn't fly here.
No. I mean, it does fly here.
Well, yeah, that's actually like that's the weird part. Like most of the Western countries have signed on to one treaty about copyright. It's the one that basically just wraps things out of the public domain for fucking ever. Like everybody signed on for that.
Disney.
See, my understanding of trademark law is that like the guiding principle is the possibility of brand confusion, and that is certainly there.
Yes, that's trademark, but not copyright.
Yeah, so you can have the costume and everything, but then the name would be the trademark.
Yeah,
right. And the tricky part, and I think that's why each of us under trademark law, like, can have the same string of letters in our name if we do it differently. But the tricky part is you've got to figure out like where that line is when it comes to trademark. Like American trademark law might not be enforceable in the same way in Mexico, and likewise Mexican trademarks might not be enforceable in exactly the same way. But copyright law, which is where things get really naughty with that stuff, that's where things break down, because with the wrestling characters you can actually have copyright involved because of the name, but and that sort of stuff, and then you'd have trademark involved because of the actual like label and font. And trademark generally you have to have more than just word, like it has to be more than the word. It's got to be like something more associated with like those two like words. So,
Chris just lawyered us.
Oh God, I can't help it.
Welcome to our Law and Wrestling podcast, already in session.
Well, here's something hilarious. I am not a lawyer, but I guest lecture at Seton Hall Law School.
Okay.
Those are
law of cybersecurity. Those are the best. A cybersecurity guy for one class.
Those are the best times you ever have in law school, to be honest.
When they have substitutes,
and when they have anybody who's not a lawyer come in, like because then you get like you don't have like the law professors, like most of them really love like theory. They're like humanities professors in that respect. Like they really love theory. They really love to talk about like how things kind of ought to work and how things should work. But like when somebody that actually does stuff comes in, they're like, oh, that's how it actually works. Okay.
I just basically come in. I'm going to tell you about a whole bunch of cool crimes that were committed. and yeah, they eat it up.
All right. Gene, is it okay if we come to you now for the, we've had Malin do his promo for the match. Are you set to do yours? You are muted.
I kind of lost track of where we are because that was kind of a weird call.
Okay. Well, we're about to go into a match. You're going to be facing Malin. Malin just cut a promo on you. And then we have you come and say Malin has claimed that he is the emperor of the Gauntlet League Wrestling. If that gives you something to work from.
Sure.
Okay.
I think I can wing it a little bit.
Do we imagine that maybe you're still kind of caught off your good foot here because you're still thinking about the mask thing?
Yeah, I think I'm playing this character like perpetually lost. Like he is never found his grounding. So I think that this is just another one, and I think that that this is clearly he has to like just put it together really fast. So we'll see what happens. So I think like the promo, like scenes from the previous fight are feature prominently. They're black and white, very grainy. They're going for like a gritty effect. I think since the previous match, Teramoto actually did quite well until he lost. I think they're trying to highlight that, maybe trying to emphasize that maybe Teramoto should have won that, and that something was untoward in terms of the officiating. I think Teramoto finally appears in mask, and he says, "Malin, you got away with one last time, but just like your forebears, you're getting out of my country. So you can bring your French toast, your French fries, or whatever. But in Mexico, we have churros, man. And to be honest, they are better than French toast. So bring it, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens when you try to come back."
Excellent. Let's have you roll with look.
Okay, so all right, I'm the khaki dice on the right. So I didn't do so hot. I got a 4, I think.
Okay. So that doesn't connect. You will get another momentum. What distracts you at the end is that you will get like suddenly pop up on your social media feed, hashtag Teramoto, hashtag Teramoto returns, hashtag real Teramoto, hashtag Teramoto on Sabado Gigante, and all this stuff that very clearly he's done some big interview or something that is claiming his rightful return to the ring, and that kind of throws you off there at the end. Does that seem cool?
Yeah, and I think like in my eye line, I see Dr. Explosionis like kind of nodding. So I think, exactly, throws her hands up and like should have played ball with us, but
yeah. She walks away with the other couple of Technicos, or not, no, Arudos that they have back there. Malin, what does your entrance look like? Is there any changes? You're still out there slinking into the ring?
Yes, but I think he is now foregoing the mask. His hair is still kind of in that sort of practice disarray that he's going for now with this slightly more sinister version. But he's still got that sort of slink on. Like he's not doing the sort of ridiculous fake fencing that he'd been doing before. But he is full on like evil heel slinking to that ring. And when he first steps out, that's when those first notes of that Neptune's remix of Sympathy for the Devil hits. You got the dry ice smoke that he's decided is now going to be in his every entrance, because that's the only effect he can get.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like slinks to the ring, and he looks at the little girl who has the Sable Tigressa like mask on, and he looks at her, and he just laughs, and he flicks it off her head.
Oh, is that cheap heat?
That is totally cheap heat.
Oh, she's crying great tears as you knock that mask off of her into the audience there. So you will enter into the ring. Teramoto, you've come in on a skateboard. Last time you came in on a motorcycle. How do you come in this week?
I think that Teramoto rides in on an ATV.
It's a little one.
Yeah, but no, it's been like customized and lowered, so it has some hydraulic action going on.
Okay.
So it's totally playing into the stereotype. So like Candy Flake, great finish. I think he doesn't have the full mariachi band, but he has 2 of them on the back of the ATV riding in with him. Still a work in progress, but it's somewhere. It's also not quite landing. I think it's a little weird, but
Mm-hmm.
but he's working on it.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Come down, drive up, get out. Do you do anything special to enter the ring?
I think that there are people out there with signs that say hashtag real Terremoto out there, and it's kind of thrown him off a little bit. So he's a little bit. It's a good thing he's wearing a mask.
Yeah. Who wants to be on the announce table for this match? Takers? Tyler? Jeff?
I'll do it.
Okay. We'll get Tyler on this one. Tyler, is it Bob Buckland?
Big Bob Buckland, yes.
All right. So those two enter the ring. See them facing down. This is a heel versus face match. No additional stipulations. And Malin, your promo landed better than poor Terremoto's, and he's distracted. So I think you're going to start in control of this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing a clash of cultures right here. The Friendship Feet and the man of the people right there from south of the border. I'm telling you, it's going to get hot up in here, and it may get flambéed.
Malin?
Okay. I think we get start off. We sort of get the classic sort of lockup, and like Malin teases the lockup, and Terremoto comes in, tries to come in hot, and Malin backs off and sort of slides into the ropes, and gets the ref to make the clean break. And we have a couple of those, and then finally, Terremoto loses patience and like charges in, and we get the classic heel thumb to the eye over the back of the referee. And then Malin just goes in and starts to just do some forearms and some kicks to the leg to kind of impair mobility. Just, classic heel stuff to just slow things down and make the guy who does all the good stunts, make it harder for them to do that, and thus make the audience madder. So I think the lead off to the big move is he takes Terremoto, Irish whips him into the corner, and then runs in and does like a big like running high knee to just sort of press him into the corner. And it's like a double high knee, that one that like Elijah used to do in ECW before it became NXT, like that during that zone. That sort of running double knee into the corner. And then Malin just sort of bounces off and holds onto the ropes and just sort of leans there as Terremoto collapses out.
Does it feel like more like the physical strength of it, or does it feel more a technical thing here?
No, I think it's standard work. I mean, he's not trying to really put on any kind of real athletic show, because he's not the athletic one in this match. He's playing the bad guy. So
then let's have you roll with work.
Katie Bayer Laporte, it is getting crazy up in here.
Okay, that is 6 on the dice, -1. That would give me a 5 on that one. So,
do you want to spend momentum?
I don't think I want to spend momentum on this one early in the match. I'm okay with that, with it going sloppy and then losing control.
I think that you come in, Terremoto's not exactly in position, and I think your knee goes right against that the post there, and people in the front row can hear it, and I'm gonna have you mark an injury.
Gotcha.
And Terremoto, you see Malin kind of stagger back from that. You can tell he just hurt himself, and you're in control of the match.
All right, I think that I grab him, whip him into the corner. I give him a chance to get set up, and I do a flying elbow to pin him against the to hit him really hard, and also to pin him against the turnbuckle. I think I need to get him out of the ring, so I'm going to start flinging him around and try building up momentum to do a trip over the ropes.
Okay, that sounds like a big spot. I think that's probably work, just because you gotta time this right. Does that seem reasonable?
Yes.
So we see you go do that. Let's have you roll with work.
All right, I got boxcars, so I got like a 14 or something crazy.
Absolutely. So you're going to get a momentum. It goes well, and audience is eating it up, and you're still in control of the match. How does Malin land?
I think it looks much worse than it is. I think he does feet over ass kind of thing, where he hits the ropes, gets caught up with his arm, and then like kind of cartwheels over them. He lands on his back, but he's definitely outside, and he's writhing on the floor. I think Terremoto gets up on the ropes and sets up to do a drop on him.
Mia Madre, that Spanish blitzkrieg has put the French in retreat.
Awesome. By the way, I don't think this is a high flying maneuver, but keep in mind you've got that human highlight reel from that last one.
Yeah.
So what is this leap off going to look like? What makes it unique?
I think he's going to reverse it. So I think he's not even facing Malin at this point. So it's a blind drop.
Ooh.
So it's something he's been working on. It requires Malin to be in exactly the right place. So there's a heavy amount of trust on this one.
Is it something you two have worked out beforehand?
I think since this match just came together, it's something that we've kind of picked up on in our previous match. And we might have talked about it and maybe like drew it out or something or worked it out at the table, but this might be the first time we've ever done it.
But you've worked it out, and so that gives us the thing. You're going to do that big backwards leap. I will let you roll your heat with Malin.
Okay, cool. All right.
Big spot.
So I have plenty of heat with him. So. Okay, so I rolled terribly, but I have a lot of heat with him. So
okay,
4 + 3 is a 7.
That's good.
Holy cow! Have you seen what's going on here? I'm telling you, this is crazy. And I'll put him over.
Okay, so with the announcer's boost, it lands. You will hit onto Malin. You'll take a momentum, and you keep control of the match.
Okay, so it's basically time to punish him for a little bit. I think this is all outside outside the square. I think I actually don't want control. That's the tricky part of this.
Here's the thing: there's a maneuver. If you demonstrate that you're in a superior position and hand control off to your opponent, you can get a momentum from that. You have to kind of, showboat for a little bit to pass that.
Yeah, I think that I get him in a headlock and I'm like working the crowd at the same time, like talking to people, like especially people with the real Terremoto signs. I'm calling them out specifically, like you, that kind of stuff, and maybe saying some choice words in Spanish.
Okay. Do you actually think you want to work the audience there?
I think that's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and have you roll with audience.
All right. All right. So I got an 8, but my audience is quite high.
Yeah. So you're at audience 4. So yeah, you will. They will pop big. You can spend a momentum to give yourself an additional heat with Malin to take you to 4 heat.
I think I'll do that, and I think that people there's people like tearing their sides in half. The people are throwing the signs towards the match. It's getting kind of crazy down there.
Malin, Terremoto is distracted. He's not paying as much attention to you as he should, and that is his downfall.
So I think what happens is like he gets into that part where they're tearing up the signs, and I think they start to do like the Terremoto chant with the stomp, like and then like just the 3 stomp rhythm, it's in there. And like he's getting into that. And I think at that point, the audience is paying attention to him, and maybe they try to warn him and he starts to turn around. But just as he starts to turn around, like it's again straight to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like just, and then you get Malon's going to take it down to the mat again. And he's trying to keep pressure off his knee. So he's basically just sort of riding at ground and just sort of like really working on like legs and his legs. And then he's working on like head on his head. So basically what he does is he ties him up on the mat, gets like
Okay. So you're moving him back in from outside the ring?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's tying him up, and he's just basically got him in like got him in sort of maybe a half surfboard, where like one leg is grapevined up, and then he's pulling on his chin instead of his arm, and it's just sort of pulling those up together and just sort of rocking him back and forth, like pulling on the neck with one motion, then pulling on the leg with the other, and trying to like work the audience as they try to get the chant doing, and he's timing his move with the chant just to mock them. Are
you working the audience, or are
yeah.
you? I think this is okay.
He's working the audience with this. Like every time they like try to do the chant, like he rocks and pulls and like wrenches the hold in time with their chant as he's leaning back and laughing.
Let's have you roll and add your audience.
Okay, that gives me a little bit better shot. Because I have at least a 2 audience right now. Ugh, that's a 6. I will spend 1 momentum to get that up to at least a 7.
Okay, so they're buying it okay, but and you'll get that momentum you spent back. Terremoto, how do you break out of that?
I think that his move is a little sloppy. His leg is clearly killing him. And he just doesn't have the strength to hold me. I'm just stronger than he is. So it doesn't take much to just break out of it and reverse it.
And then what do you do?
I'm trying to. I think I tie him up on the ropes, and I think I want to do a mask move here. So I think he might go for my mask and try to pull it.
Okay. Malin, are you good with that? So how is it that Malin goes for your mask?
I think that he was trying to work my chin just then, and I think he really just got underneath it. So his fingers just tied up in the cowl, and I think he's just gonna have to. I think he realizes he has to go with it. He can't, just take it off.
Okay.
So I think he tries to pull it off. So I have to drop everything and grab the mask and try to keep it on.
All right. And it was your choice to call this so you can roll with work.
Okay. Oh, that's not so good. I got snake eyes.
You got snake eyes. So he gets that hand under there. How far does he get it off of you?
I think he gets it all the way off. But once it's off, the crowd sees that he's wearing Malin's mask underneath it.
Oh, okay. You still lose an audience from the botch because there are so many. I mean, there are people here who see your mask coming off and are cheering,
right?
Because they want the real Terremoto back. And so a little bit of that effect is lost there. But Malin, he's wearing your mask that you're not wearing. Control passes to you.
I think Malin holds up the mask in triumph, and he's laughing, and then he looks down, and I think like Terremoto is smiling up at him from the mat, and he looks at first he looks taken aback, and then he looks furious. And at that point, I think Terremoto like does the classic like face kip up, and starts to just wail on Malon, just backs him into the corner and like just punches him down like into a slump on the bottom turnbuckle. And Malon's just sort of laying there selling that. And I think Teramoto tries to do like a running drop kick into the corner just to capitalize on that. And Malon rolls out of the way so that he basically ends up colliding with the maybe either. I mean, depending on Teramoto how you want to play this, you can either like you've crotched yourself on the turnbuckle, or like you collided like hip with your hip because you missed the drop kick. And then Malon will come back up, and again he takes it down to the slow heel pace again, and he starts working on that leg that he had started working on earlier. Just like with stomps and kicks and knee drops.
Yeah. Either of those work for me. So the latter, perhaps.
Okay. And that's basically he's working that leg, and then what he tries to do is he wants to pull it over, and he wants to set up like he ties his leg up under the bottom rope, and like loops the second rope over it so that his leg is stuck. And then you see Malon actually going to the outside, and he reaches under the ring, and I think he pulls out a kendo stick.
Ooh,
because there's always a kendo stick.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those that's set up to make the really loud popping noise whenever it hits anything. So like, and I think this is something that we had talked about, like to kind of get the heel work over. And he's just like he's just taking that and he's just like whack and making the really loud pop noise with every little hit. And I think that's going to be the big point. I'm hoping to kind of put this down as like as a heat move, because we had to work to get him tied up and have the kendo stick set up in position and everything.
Sure. And you're not really selling this as a weapon. You're selling this as a gimmick, right?
Right. It's not. Yeah, I'm not going hardcore.
Okay.
I'm going like, that's why I picked the kendo stick. Like it makes a lot of noise, but it doesn't do anything.
Okay. So the audience kind of knows that this is more punishment than it is you actually hitting. Let's have you make that roll. You've done this big sequence here.
Alan is a thinking man. He has studied that bull Terry, and he realizes that no problem can withstand the sustained assault of thinking.
Let's see. I've got a 7 on the dice, plus my heat is 4, so that gives me an 11.
Okay.
So
you will keep control, and you will gain a momentum. Here is the thing, Malin.
Mm-hmm.
You were not booked to win tonight.
Perfect.
So I let you go to move to the setup here, and then you've set up a run-in after that. Now, do you want the run-in to potentially affect the ending, or is a run-in more of a showstopper after the result?
No, I think the win for Teramoto is perfect here, because he needs to be hot going into that match with Jim.
Okay.
So I think he's Malon's going to set it up, and I think what happens is we get that sort of Shard, and Tyler, you let me know if this works for what you were thinking as well. I think we get Shard coming out and trying to distract Teramoto, and it looks like it's working. And like Malon starts to creep up as Teramoto is just sort of hobbled over to the ropes, and it looks like he's talking to Shard, as Shard's like, as Shard seems to be like talking back and forth with him. And Malon starts to creep up, and he tries to do that sort of quick schoolboy roll up, and Teramoto does like one of those ridiculous lucha reversals where like there's at least 2 backflips and you don't know where the heck things are going. The physics of it don't look like they should work, but it comes up, and then all of a sudden, like Malon's shoulders are on the mat, and Teramoto is like flipped over, bridging over the top of him to hold him down for the 1, 2, 3, as his like feet are kicking and flailing, like he just has no idea what just happened.
Awesome. So for Teramoto, you can roll your finisher.
Alrighty. I have yet to name my finisher, but
Yeah.
I'll think of something. All right. Go ahead and roll it. I didn't do so great, so I got a 4.
Do you want to spend momentum?
Yes. I have 4 momentum, so I'll bump it to a 7.
Okay. So they make you work for it. Choose one. They counter, and you have to resort to a roll up. You gain a heat with them, or you execute another high spot to get the pin and gain 2 momentum.
All right, so I'll do the latter
Okay.
and regain the momentum.
Sure. Tell me what that looks like.
I think that I don't know. I think that his finisher is a work in progress, and I think that that he didn't nail it the first time, so he has to kind of improvise at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
To put it over, and it takes a lot of cooperation by Milan to make it work.
That sounds reasonable. You'll hit it. You will win the match. Both of you, I believe, are at 4 heat with one another. So both of you will gain an audience from that. And the crowd's loving it. Is there any more to the run-in, or is are we good with that?
I mean, did we have the run-in?
Yeah, I think that was like the distraction that he played off of to get the finisher. Like
Okay.
the run-in backfired is the way I kind of narrated it.
So no need to have rolled the run-in. It was just clearly seeing this character involving themselves in this melee.
Right, and basically it was just a slight distraction that ended up backfiring on Milan. He tried to run in and capitalize, and then Teramoto made him pay for it.
Excellent.
And they'll clear the ring. It's a good match, solid one. We'll see the crowd. We see the crying face of that little girl there. From after the match. And we probably roll into at least an NPW match. Our next scheduled match is Gherkin versus Mr. Fabulous. I want to check in and see if anybody has a scene they want to call backstage before we run into that next match. Sable Tigressa.
Yeah, I want to have a quick meeting with Wolf.
Okay.
I was just knock. Come in.
You hear he is in a screaming argument with somebody on the phone, and it sounds like he's actually on a conference call.
Okay.
And that seems to be going on. He can't quite make out what's there, but he's having this big argument.
All right. So I just sigh and knock on the door.
He goes, you hear him go, and get your shit together, and hangs up the phone. Come in.
Hey, Wolf, I just wanted to make sure and check to see if this is okay with you, but I'd like to come out second because, the classic, the heels come out, faces come out. Heels come out first, the faces come out second.
Sure, what the hell? We'll just have everybody do what they want to do. Absolutely.
I just want to double check with you.
Things. Yeah, second. You'll go in second.
All right, thanks. Bye.
And he's red-faced right now. Anybody else want to call something before we move on? Okay. Then let's go to the setup for Gherkin versus Jim. The Weasel. The Weasel, what is your promo this week? When we come to you, you do your promo first so that Mr. Fabulous can respond to that. What does that look like?
Picturing it's there's a backdrop and with a camera on him and Jerry looking pretty serious, and he looks really intense, which is unusual. He's usually kind of easygoing, but he looks real serious this time, and he talks about he's going up against the Shattered Queen, and this is for the belt. This is for the DM belt. The Shattered Queen is a furious opponent, a tough opponent, but I've got the moves, and I'm going to take the Shattered Queen down and make that the Shattered Queen second guess his flip from being fabulous to being shattered, and I'm the one who's going to bring it to him this week for the DM belt. So.
Nice. Let's have you roll with look.
All right. And I get a 4 minus 2 at a 2.
So you will gain a momentum purely because as you're standing there and you start that thing and we see you serious and the camera's on you, we hear Alpha Flight, and we see come running in from off screen, comes crashing in, knocks into you, knocks you down. There's this, the camera does the whole shake. We can't tell exactly what's going on kind of thing. And then it kind of goes to that technical difficulties signpost thing.
Cross and nice.
It will cut to you, Mr. Fabulous, Shattered Queen.
Can I give a quick talk to Billy Ray?
Yeah.
All right. We don't have a ton of time, so I'm going to pitch at you here in kind of a meta level, and then we can hit the scene. I like your idea of the Svengali and control, and so I'm going to come to you with this idea. I don't want it to seem like that. I don't want any drug stuff exactly. But how about magic-y potionness? You're handing off to Shard. He's twisting my brain. What you think on that?
I think it works out. I think it will work out just fine. I mean, Sable and I have the thing going on with the amulet, so we've already got that kind of thing in play, and I'm perfectly fine with like. I need to find like some sort of little potion-y looking vial prop. I'm not sure if I've still got one.
Honey, I have vials.
Let's pick something that looks like mysterious and dark, but also like just enough flair to where we can market it. I don't want a black vial, but maybe like something that's like a deep indigo or purple, maybe.
Lovely. So I'm going to play off my promo that the paranoia, the craziness coming off of this, we'll play that up, and then maybe somewhere in this match you come and make a moment if you feel it. If not, I think it's still going to be a grand match. I'm up on this. I'm telling you, Weasel is just ready to pop.
Yeah, and I see what you did there. Yeah, he's set up the bit with Dave Dallas. Like, I'm not sure what the heck's got Dallas so hot. Like, but like, if we could ever convince those two to get in the ring together again, like that match would be a freaking barn burner. Like,
y'all don't understand, Dallas.
People would light things up.
Cool. Then we're set to go. All right.
Let's hear your promo.
May I first roll my
Yes.
face of the company?
Yes.
Thank you. So rolling face of the company, or carry the company, sorry. Rolling with real. Glasses. Oh, rolled 5. Takes me up to a 7. So I get to pick one. And I think I'm going to just kind of legitimize that I booked myself into this match.
Okay.
Sound cool?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay. So I think we see once again into the room, the chaise lounge and all. We have the Chinese screen back there, and it's looking still in disarray. Behind the screen, They're all coming for me. Did you hear? I have to defend my title, one of my precious titles, to the Weasel. And Shard said, Mommy, it's going to be fine. You can beat him. I know I can beat him. I can beat anyone. All you need is Mommy's special helper. Mommy's special helper, yes. And we see Shard bring up the vial as this black nailed hand reaches out and grabs it. Yes, Mommy's little helper. Mommy is gonna shine. And as I come out from behind the screen, I've clearly drank it. We see a little bit of black from whatever was in it running down either side as I approach the camera. Because I'm so fabulous.
Ooh, let's have you roll look.
All righty. Not my best one. I get an 8, and I think I've got my look up by 1.
So you can get a heat.
I think that's yeah. I'll take the heat.
Okay. And then Jerry, what does your entrance look like now? Any changes?
No changes in terms of the music kicks on, the motorcycles, song starts blaring, but he comes out, and last week he was all like, this could be the one, this time he's coming out, and he's just got this intense look on his face. He's staring like straight ahead, walking down the aisle, and just ignoring people. I don't know if there's a sign up there for the Weasel or maybe it's Gherkin or something. He just doesn't see it. He's just heading right down there. He's locked in on this match, and he's heading right to the ring. He slides under that first rope, stands up, and he just kind of lifts his shoulders up, and he's kind of just looking around. He just has this look of intensity on his face that's unusual for Jerry Gherkin.
Perfect. And then Shattered Queen, what does your entrance look like? And you've got a move for this one.
I do indeed. I've spent the money. I put my own into the pyrotechnics to make sure we're getting the red and silver glitter pyros. As I come down, the full makeup. I've got that. The Lord, you ought to see me in a crown. I think across the Titantron, we're seeing this kind of melted, blackened crown. There is the image that's popping up.
Ooh,
I'm coming down. I've got both belts, huh?
But good for the merch. I'm liking that image.
I got both the belts, but I'm hugging them real tight and got that kind of clenched in as I'm coming down. And I'll move close to somebody and show them. And as they reach out, take it away. Moving away, a Shard behind me, kind of smiling. He's got the vial in his hand as he's walking down. As I make it to the ring, hand off the belts and reach over towards Shard, and he holds the vial to me. And I'll take a sip and kind of spray a bit of the black.
Nice. Let's have you roll that move.
All righty. That rolls with
Audience.
Yeah.
So almost no chance you could fail.
Shush you. That's a 9. That's a 13.
Look at that. On a 10 plus, gain a heat with your opponent, plus gain the momentum you start each episode with.
Yep. Excellent. Taking me to 4 with Monsieur Le Buisel. And 4 to
Who is on the announce table?
I'll take it. I got a new one.
Okay. All right. So the two of them are in the ring. Let's hear the announce table.
Welcome, fans. It is I, Giovanni Fugazi, here to welcome you to what is sure to be the greatest night in the history of our fair sport, as the Shattered Queen challenges the Weasel for heavyweight gold.
Very nice. Mr. Fabulous, you are clearly the fan favorite here. They're excited to see where this is going to go. So you are going to start in charge of this match, in control.
Excellent. I think we've seen that Jerry, that he's intense. So we're going to lock up early. We're going to go ahead and lock up. And I think the surprise will be that we see, Jim kind of, Mr. Fabulous is pushing down with the pressure, and the Weasel slides out. Comes in, and as Fabulous is moving in close to him, ducks out again and does that side kick into the knee on Fabulous. It makes him stagger, kind of drop to one knee, and then pops one into the back of Jim's head. So, bam, landing on the ground, does a bounce off the ropes and drops a kind of running elbow into the base of Fabulous's spine. Gets up, pulls him up by the hair. Looks like he has it all in control. Starts moving to throw him into the corner, and it gets reversed.
Exciting action as we bring to you the best in professional wrestling.
As he hits into the turnbuckle, smacks in hard, drops down to his high knee, so he's sitting in there, and Jim will do the turn back, and used to be the old Bronco Buster, but Dark Queen comes in with the big knee right to the head and nose.
Does that sound like work?
I was thinking I was doing that hard style. I think I'm.
Okay, that's right. You have that maneuver for that. So let's have you roll it.
All right, I'm trying to make it look really mean.
Somebody didn't hear Dave's last name.
6, 7, 8. I'll go with the 8. Take the momentum and hand off.
Gherkin, take that hit. What happens to the Weasel?
The Weasel's on the ground. His head's shaking. He sees birds circling around. I think Mr. Fabulous kind of steps back, and he's preening to the audience. Look how fabulous I am. Jerry's gonna start pushing himself up on the ropes, and but the Shattered Queen turns around and comes down and starts pounding him on the top of the head and drives him back down onto the ground in the corner. And then he backs off again, and he's back to the audience, and Jerry he's gonna roll out of the ring for a second, and he starts to walk around the ring, and I think the Shattered Queen is looking, and he's pointing, and he's preening to the audience, and Jerry's gonna when he has a moment he's gonna slide back in, and and Mr. Fabulous turns around, and they're gonna lock up again, and but Jerry's going to come in there with a knee, and he's going to knee Mr. Fabulous and kind of not have him keel over a little bit. And he's going to start raining down on the back of his head and push him off into the ropes, grabs him, and then he's going to swing him into the ropes. And when he comes back, he's going to come up with a clothesline, and he's going to completely knock him off his feet. And then he goes for the cover. And he's got his leg, Mr. Fabulous' leg locked up, and he's got the 1, 2, and Mr. Fabulous just kicks out.
The kind of hard-hitting action you've come to expect from Gauntlet League Wrestling. And 1, 2, oh, he kicks out.
So Jerry's going to pick him up by the back of the hair, and he's gonna try some move. He's been reviewing old finishing moves and stuff, and he's gonna give this a shot. He's gonna try this belly-to-belly suplex, and he's gonna try and pick up the Shattered Queen and bring him around and just slam him into the ground.
Does that sound like work for the technical aspect of that, or body for the athleticism of having to do that?
It sounds like a pretty physical move, but technically I think I can get the leverage and the physics to work in such a way that even though I'm not the strongest guy, maybe I can.
Okay.
Can affect
if you're going just on technical skill, let's see that.
A titanic struggle between the most powerful mammals ever to walk the face of this earth.
4, work 2. That puts me at 6. I'll spend 1 momentum to push it to a 7.
So it hits not as well as you wanted it to. It's more effort than you kind of realized.
I should have studied that YouTube video a lot more.
Do you want to keep control or do you want to hand that off?
I guess I will hand that off. Do I earn a momentum? Well, do I get a momentum or it's just a handoff?
For 7 to 9, if you hand it off, then you get a momentum.
Okay. I will do that and take the momentum back.
Okay. Let's come back to you, Mr. Fabulous.
I think I take that belly to belly and I sell it and roll immediately out of the ring, and I'm huddled down and shards come running over to me. And I think the ref's having to push the weasel back so he can't get to me as I take a little sip from the vial.
And I'm pointing, I'm like, what is this? What's going on with this?
Mysterious actions are in play.
And I think that, as I'm kind of huddled down there, and again, we got that bit of black coming off, Shard's going to move towards the ref to, so the ref's pulling over as Jerry moves close to look outside the ring where I'm huddled down, and I'm going to reach up and hangman him right there on the rope. As he bounces back, I slide into the ring quickly and move straight into a off the ropes knee drop onto the chest. Get him stunned there, pull him on up, and I'm going up for the big walking suplex, the upright suplex.
Ooh. Never have I seen a more violent sequence of maneuvers.
Is that strong style for you?
I don't think so. No, I'm not looking like.
So probably work then.
Yeah, it's probably work.
Sounds like body.
Yeah, it could be strength.
I suggest things, but if you got a case to make it, Tyler.
Like he's holding a stalling suplex and walking around with
it.
Like.
That's really showing off my strength a lot.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, okay. It's still not great, but it's better than work. And I got a 10.
Look at you. Taking momentum and keeping control after you do that.
All right. So
how does that transition? What is the next sequence?
I think that I'm going to open it up so that the weasel will get a chance to whack on me, and I'm going to benefit from all this preening as I go to the turnbuckle and look out there, and I'm spraying the black, and I'm working the audience.
Let's have you roll that.
That will be a 10 plus.
Look at you. They pop big. Are you already at 4 heat with the weasel?
I am at 4 heat.
Then you'll just gain momentum.
I'll take the momentum.
Look at you. They're crying out. They're shouting for Shattered Queen. They're excited by this. We've got a little instant replay of you spitting that out. Jerry, Shattered Queen, turns his back to you.
Action like this we have never seen in the history of our fair sport.
Back turned to me. I point and I'm stunned for a second. Then I run up and elbow into the spine. I'm not going to take that. And try and lift Shattered Queen up over the rope outside of the ring. When he lands outside, I'm gonna. I don't think I have the narrative at this point, but
yeah, you do. Yeah, absolutely.
It was passed to me.
He worked the audience, so we passed that over to you.
Thank you. So I'll knock Shattered Queen over the rope, slide out, and I start raining blows down on Shattered Queen, and bring his head up and rake the eyes. So he's just kind of stunned for a second. Then I'm going to go back under the ring and I'm going to pull a chair out. And I'm going to throw it into the ring, and then and I'm going around and grab the Shattered Queen and throw him under the ropes. And I'm thinking the referee takes the chair and pushes the chair out. So it's just kind of like, from last week, remember? And not going to happen. Not this week.
Quality officiating by the ring crew.
So bring Shattered Queen up again into the ropes. And Jerry's going to go up for a huge drop kick and put the Shattered Queen down.
Oof. Body work. How you reading that?
I'm reading it as work.
Okay, that seems cool.
An 8, and my work is a 2, so that's a 10.
That is a 10. So you will land that. You will keep control, and you gain momentum.
Okay.
What's
Is there,
the?
I
Yeah,
have a question. Is there, if you hit a 12 or better, is that better?
there is an option for that. We're not using that for
Okay.
this version because we're trying the beta rule, so I didn't want to complicate that additionally.
No problem. Just curious. All right. So the drop kick lands. Jerry goes in for the cover again, and Shattered Queen's on the ground, and I think it gets to a 2 count. Shattered Queen lifts his leg, and it's on the rope, and right before that 3 count, the referee looks up and just kind of clears it off, and Jerry's like, "Where's that 3rd hit?" And he realizes what's going on, so he's going to get up, bring Shattered Queen by the back of the hair, the elbow to the face, couple forearm smashes, and another throw back into the rope, and comes bouncing back and clotheslines Shattered Queen onto the ground, goes for another pin. But this time he's going to do he's going to try and make it like look impressive. He's going to do a frog splash right in the middle of the ring. Don't know if I have enough height, but I'm going to try this anyway. See if I can really drive this pin home.
Okay, let's have you roll work.
All right. It's another 10.
Look at you. You are doing it. You are making it. You have another momentum. But here's the thing. I think we all know how the script for this one goes.
A hellacious inflection of pain, but there is just no stopping this great competitor.
Weasel, you are not booked to win today.
Okay.
You have some tools.
I do have some tools, and I haven't used them, but I think I understand that, and I'm on top of the Shattered Queen, on top of Mr. Fabulous. I think I want to spend the 2 momentum and execute. Is it the heel move where I change the I don't have it in front of me. Change the booking or change the outcome.
You can win the match by cheating.
I'm going to do that. So I'm going to, I don't know, drive my thumb into some nerve that prevents the Shattered Queen from kicking out. It kind of locks the legs up where he's just unable to get the momentum up to kick me off, and that 3 comes down, and I think that's how I imagine it happening.
Shattered Queen, it is a shocking turn of events. Just outrageous here. You're shocked by this. And we see the ref raising the Weasel's arm and celebrating there. I don't know, after that thing, do we see a response from you? Do we see a response from Malin? What do we see?
As I had promised, an unorthodox sequence of events. Anything can happen on Gauntlet Championship Wrestling.
I think at this point, this is where Malin makes their planned entrance. Like he all of a sudden he is out from under the ring. He had been under the ring, and he just basically like chop blocks the Weasel, and then just starts wailing on him.
So Weasel has the victory, but we see you do the beat down on him.
Right. And and at this point, I think I'm going to basically grab a microphone, and I think I'm going to throw my my special little play to the crowd move.
Okay.
And this is not sanctioned. Where is security?
And Malin grabs the mic as maybe I'm thinking, Tyler, what do you think about this? Jim refuses to give the title up. Like he takes the
Oh
belt.
fuck yeah, he ain't giving that title up. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah. He's grabbed both of those titles, and he and Shard are like ready to leave with them. And Malin says, "Do you really think that is how this story will end? With your weasel, your small time, no name, no account, pathetic excuse for a competitor would claim gold, would claim the treasure of the Shattered Queen? No. You know that is how not, this is not how these things end. This town may not have much of an educational system, but you all know that the good guy does not win. Not here. Not in this world. He can't. There are forces beyond him, beyond his kin, that he does not understand and can never know. And he will never see. And Melon places a boot onto the neck of the weasel. They will never know the boot on their neck for exactly what it is.
And you can be sure this issue is not settled, and you will see it develop in the days, weeks, and months to come on Gauntlet Championship Wrestling.
So let me see how that roll pans out.
Roll with real.
All right. Let's see. That is that's a 7.
Okay.
That +1 gives me an 8. And I'm going to spend 2 momentum to make that a 10 because I want that extra audience.
So the audience will eat it up. They are loving it. And I believe that will put you so much closer to the top spot there, getting you up to that 4.
Yep. I think didn't Teramoto hit that top spot earlier?
Nope. I think Teramoto's at 4.
Oh, he's just at 4. Okay. I thought he had made the jump to 5 after our match. Okay. Drat.
So you will do that. I think we'll how do we see Shattered Queen leaving again? I guess with the belts.
As Milan has beaten him down, I grabbed both belts. I'm stealing back the one I'm supposed to have lost. I'm huddling in with it as Shard's kind of trying to comfort me, and I can't be comforted as I'm bringing them back. But it seems like I'm still holding on to that title. I just refuse to accept it. We'll see how that plays out. But I did hit the top spot.
As strange as the situation may be, the one thing we know that is nothing has been settled tonight.
So Mr. Fabulous will take the top spot. Yellow Rose Dave Dallas, you will reset to your starting audience.
Okay.
When you guys get backstage, Sable's there clapping. Is like she's shocked that Weasel was booked to win.
Tell me that was not amazing.
That was great. Weasel,
so which belt was that?
The DM belt.
All right. So let's
not the MC.
So
belt.
erase this from the roster thing on Jim's line.
Weasel, you got a belt technically, even though you don't have possession of it. So you will get an advance.
All right.
You are the jobber is the DM champion.
Yes.
And I don't know if I legit.
You're Mikey Whipwreck.
dropping to a deserving opponent, so I probably did not get one.
No, I don't think so. Given the heel move there. So we come backstage. Is anybody want to do scenes before we roll into the big main event Tigressa Dallas match?
I'm wondering if Mr. Fabulous and I should be having a conversation at some point. I don't know if now's the time to do it.
Let's do that conversation right now.
So I'm going to knock on Jim's door.
I think we've been getting the claps on our shoulder, and we both smiled all the way back through.
I didn't do the role change necessarily, but I think I saw an opportunity there, and I think people were digging it.
And you jumped at it, didn't you?
Yeah, I thank you for putting me over, sir. That was fantastic.
It's exhilarating. We're in business, and we do that for each other. We take care of each other in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We also follow plans normally as well.
Yeah, I seem to be slipping. Self-admittedly, that didn't quite go exactly how we planned, but I for the it was close. But I'm sure we could work this out somehow.
I think we can too. Don't worry, it's gonna go fine.
So if you want, I can pick the belt up later, or
I'll give it to you soon.
Okay, great.
Before we leave tonight, trust me.
All right. Well, I'll be around. I'm gonna be I'll be cleaning up, and I'll see you later tonight.
Yes, you will.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
So I have a meta question, just so I'm on the same page.
The way we've always played it is you have the choice of, if you do change the booking, you can play it that it was a shock, that it was unexpected, and we play it out as that, or you can play it as we changed the booking in the sense that it was always booked that way.
That's
it is up to the players to decide how they want to handle the meta.
And I think we're getting a feel of the screw job in this one.
Yeah,
I think Jim's eating the shit sandwich because it played.
Okay.
But
I was like, wait, no, like that's not breaking kayfabe. That means he was booked to win.
Yeah. Now we played it, but to give it the choice into the players' hands on which way they want to handle that.
So probably no one but Wolf and like the two of us know this went off the rails.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else want to call a scene before we roll into the Dallas Tigresa match of the century? All right. Dave, you used to be in the top spot. You're back to your starting audience, which I believe is a 2.
Is that what it is? Is that on character?
Golden Boy should be 1, right?
I think it's probably 1. Yeah.
Okay, so you drop back down. So I think you need to do your promo first.
All right. I think he's pretty much said everything he's got to say. So when the camera comes to him, and guys, get your X cards ready. What he's holding, he's got handfuls of aprons. And these aprons have emblazoned across the front of them M.A. Gauntlet logo.A. He's going to make America Gauntlet again. And I've expressed what I think about sport, and I've let everybody know. Everybody has seen the evidence that I'm just a good Christian athlete. But circumstances are conspired to force me to go into a battle against a lady, which I have a huge problem with. And I do not think that it's legitimate, and I do not think it's honorable. But if I must, and I know this will upset some people, but I believe in gender roles, and I will put this apron upon her, and I will make America Gauntlet again.
Do you think that's working the audience, or is it actually cutting the promo? What do you feel?
I feel like that's cutting a promo on her.
Okay,
it's really like it's like
really terrible. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, do we have to dissect it? 'Cause that'll make me start to feel bad.
Okay. So yeah, let us have you roll with look.
All right. So that is a 10.
It's a 10. So the audience is buying it. You get to pick two
All right.
from
So
the list.
the cutting a promo. So of the two, I'm gonna add a stipulation. Right.
Okay.
I think I could do that. Is that
Yeah.
Yep. And this one of the stipulations is I have one hand tied behind my back is the stipulation. And the other is I'm going to gain 1 heat with the subject of my promo.
That
I thought you were going to go with when she loses, she has to wear the apron from now on.
Yeah, I was gonna loser wears the apron of the classic, but I like that.
Well, no, but the other I did the apron thing is I have an ability if I cut a promo and I deliver, I do some stuff. So
Okay.
I loaded that up because I always forget that I have that ability.
Let's come to Sable Tigressa.
If you don't mind me asking, talk about how the arm behind the back with on the mic, you know.
I mean, as I would say, like, you know, because apparently the rules that I've agreed with the Federation state that I actually must, under my contract, fight a woman, which I have a huge problem with. I will make it fair. I will make it fair. Because everyone knows that I am a paragon of virtue and integrity in this world. In this dark, benighted world where I have to fight a woman. But if I have to do that, I will do it in a way where I can hold my head high. It will be with my hand tied behind my back.
There we go. Thanks.
So we cut away from that, and Sable Tigressa.
I want to do mine like during the entrance.
Okay, absolutely. So. Do you want to enter second? Didn't that what you said? Okay.
Yeah.
So Dave Dallas, tell me what your entrance looks like.
So my entrance looks to me, as usual, no music. No music. That's for wimps. He walks down like a wrestler of the old school, just wearing his robe, and he's got the fireball Terry South, but that's his second. And Terry is the one that when they get in the ring, ties the hand behind his back.
And the camera will cut down and we'll get a couple shots of your dad in the audience watching, Mr. Dallas and carry on. And then we cut back to you.
And Dave is actually having like an incredibly hard time looking in the direction where his dad is sitting.
Awesome. And Sable,
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear your entrance.
So yeah, like Roar begins playing and she starts, coming out on stage, walking slowly as the fog fills up the thing, and then like she motions for the music to die down as she has the microphone at the top of the stage. Rosa Murillo, I'm quite thankful that you agreed to this match, but then I suppose I should be thanking your papi, for without him you would not be man enough to face me. You would not be the wrestler that you claim to be. But I also
you don't talk about family. You don't talk about my family.
I also want to thank you for falling right into the tiger's trap as she motions to the side and tarp gets pulled away as the big net, because it's now also a tiger's trap catch can match.
Oh,
It's her signature match.
That's what I told everybody I'm great at.
Yeah, so the way to win the match is basically throw them in like the big net, which gets zipped up towards the ceiling, leaving them humiliated and dangling above the crowd.
All right.
And I'm sure, like I said, everyone here in Gauntlet City is well prepared to see us fight in the style of, as you say, wrestlers, and prove the wrestling skill that you claim to have, and everyone clearly knows you're such a good wrestler.
Let's have you cut that promo.
Well, there's a 5. So
You got momentum from the Tiger's Trap set up. Do you want to push it to a 7 and 9?
5, 6, 7. Sure. I'll spend 2.
And what do you want as your pick?
I guess gain heat. Like, I didn't even really want to cut the promo. I don't care about having heat with him.
Fair enough.
But I'll take it.
So we see you coming up. Who is on the announce table for this?
I'm not sure what this match looks like as far as the what is it, the Tiger?
I mean, it's a regular like in the ring match, catch, wrestling, but like up by the stage, there's like, this it's sort of like a stretched out net, sort of like a trampoline would be, but like there's like ropes at each corner, and then when the person falls into it, it's quote unquote weight triggered, like
wow.
like a forest snap, like a snare trap type thing.
I will. I'll do commentating. I'll give it a shot as Michael Michelson.
Okay. Awesome. So Michael Michelson on the desk. Let's see. We are going to have you start, since you did a lot of the setups of the match, catch as catch can. Tigressa, we're going to start with you in charge.
All right. Okay. So as she like lumbers towards the center of the ring, because she is the monster of the Federation, as she motions for you to come. But I see you're probably like kind of a coward, right? Until like you're about to back away, and until you hear your dad shouting at you, then you come forward, and I look at the hand, I grab the hand and twist it down easily, chop you across the chest as I go, run up the turnbuckle, flip over, do like the arm drag over, but that's when I float over, like in the wrestling style, like the float over the black, float over your back with the spinning around before I slap you a couple of times on the back of the head before I stand up and motion for you to get up, and like clap around to the crowd. It's like, don't you want to see him show off his wrestling skill? It's like, come on, vamonos, David, vamonos.
Tigressa is certainly toying with Dave Dallas tonight.
Tigressa, how do you want to resolve that one?
I think I want to do the handoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So taking that superior position, and you're doing that handoff, take that momentum. She hands control over to you in the most obnoxious way, Dave.
So he goes back with his one-handed, two-handed test of strength. And when she locks up, he immediately wrenches the arm behind, goes into a hammer lock, which is one of his patented moves because he's very boring. And he's working the hammer lock. Even with one arm, he can work the hammer lock.
She yawns during it.
A classic Dave Dallas move. We're talking old school, folks.
Now, you're not breaking kayfabe, are you?
No, I'm the monster. I'm the strongest person in the Federation.
I just want to make sure how you were reading that. So let's go on.
All right, so he's working that. A leg grapevines around as he's doing that. That works into eventually a takedown to the mat. Where now an arm comes up under the chin. He converts it into a rear chin lock. You want to chain wrestle? He'll chain wrestle. He can do that. And then from that rear chin lock, I think maybe by the rules of this match, everything has to be real, right?
Well, real or work.
If you want momentum.
If you want momentum, yeah.
I think that's probably like he's working now. So I think it's probably a time to take a roll on that.
Let's do you want to roll that with real or do you want to roll that with work?
And they both are terrible for me.
They are.
I mean, work's better for you. So
Yeah, work is better. And I think this is
it
actually
does sound like work
because
stuff,
I'm not
so.
trying to like
You're not
hurt
using
anybody
real
right
skills,
now.
you know.
Yeah. Oh boy, I am really paying back for all the good rolls I had before. All right, so
It's almost like she set you up to
nothing
fail.
there's nothing I can do to fix that one.
So
No.
Tigressa, how do you counter that?
Oh, how
easily?
do I counter? He's got me down in the rear chin lock. You know, that's when I grab his legs and then like I get up on my knees and then I stand up to my full height. I'll run over to the corner, spin at the last second to slam him into the turnbuckle. And then when he's like slumped there, I'll drop down to snapmare him over. Then I'll do like the neck snap over, but like keeping a hold of his head as I roll over, so like I'm facing down, but he's facing up, and that's when I'm gonna try to roll him back into like the dragon sleeper. So I'm willing to roll some work on that.
Yeah, that seems like work.
Which I'm not good at either, but just slightly better than you. I got a 7 though, so
okay. Keep control. Hand it off.
I will keep control.
Okay. Yeah, because handing it off doesn't get you momentum because you rolled work.
Yeah. No. I would get momentum if I.
Oh, is it work or real?
Work or real?
Okay.
Yeah. For the wrestling move, you can still work the audience and cut.
Right.
promo.
Oh yeah.
So just so you know. But but we're close enough to the ropes that you manage to wiggle and scramble, get your legs around the ropes, and I break at one, because I'm the technico. I roll back, motion for you to get up, and you use your one hand to grab the ropes to climb back up, and I think maybe you get a little bit frustrated and you go to swing a punch at her. She catches your arm, then twist it, back, twist it around to put you in a hammerlock now as she's sort of making you dance around the ring before she picks you up one-handed, and then she's gonna start doing push-ups. They're just lifting you up and down in the middle of the ring as she just sort of parades around with you.
So is that a athletic feat?
Sure, I'll try it.
Let's have you roll body.
That's only a 5. So.
Oh.
Let's see. Do
you want to boost that, or do you want to take the botch?
I could push that over with an incredible display of strength by Tigressa, toying with Dave Dallas, manipulating him and putting him all over exactly where she wants him to go. This looks like Tigressa's match for sure.
So what do you think, Tigressa? You're going to get a momentum, but you have to make that choice.
All right, because it's not the wrestling move, technically.
Right.
So get the momentum. I do it, but it hurts, and I have to set out my next scheduled match.
Yeah, which is the pay-per-view.
Well, like I told you in email, I might not make it. So
okay. So you go to do it. How do we know that it hurts?
Well, on the last lift up, she struggles before she pushes him back up, and then she has to drop him real quick and step back, and the ref's trying to give it. You said catch as catch can.
Dallas, control will pass to you after that.
All right, and he's gonna start mocking. Oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. And he's gonna go back for a lockup, real clean. He's showing you ultimate disrespect. from there, assuming the lockup happens, what he's going to do is float around from behind from the lockup to his patented abdominal stretch. And he's going to work that for a while.
Devastating one-armed abdominal stretch.
So does that feel like work for you?
Yeah,
Dallas?
this is some like showboat shit.
Even one arm, Dave Dallas is showing his incredible technique and professionalism and strength, mocking Tigressa, even as she demonstrates her performance in the ring as well.
All right, so that's a 9. That's good. That exceeds 7, but
do you want to keep control of the match, or do you want to hand it off?
I think I'm going to hand off control and take a momentum.
Okay. Tigressa, how do you break out of that stretch?
Well, yeah, he's got me one arm, so it's much harder to keep a hold of that. So, like, do like the elbow back as I hip toss him over. I'm gonna bounce off the ropes as he's getting up. He's gonna try to clothesline me with the one arm. I'm gonna roll under, springboard, moonsault over to catch him, to try to like land on top of him. And take him down. Once he's down, I'm gonna try to float over and grab his leg as I start locking him in the spinning toe hold, Terry Funk style. You want to wrestle, right? You love wrestlers, right? This is your American wrestler, isn't that right, everyone? As she motions around, she's like twisting it in. So I think that's work, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. 4.
So Dallas, how do you counter that?
Well, that would be countered, I think, with we roll like it's kind of like a flip and a roll down to the ground, and I catch her in like an alligator roll and start rolling around back and forth. Like such a boring spot where I've got a person front face
How
locked,
dare you?
and we're opposite each other, and we're just rolling around back and forth in the ring. And I do it like 6 times, but like the hipster marks are like into it, and they're like counting off on each roll.
Intervals rule. So how dare you? As a Cajun Crawdad classic.
So does that feel like work?
That's probably work, yeah.
Okay. Let's
right.
have you roll.
All right. God damn, the dice are on fire tonight. Fire.
What do you got?
That's a 10.
10. So you get a momentum and you keep control of the match, Dave.
Yes, the alligator roll is effective.
New signature spot.
And we come out of the alligator roll into the half Nelson. And we start struggling into the full Nelson, and the full Nelson gets locked in.
How?
Yeah,
your arms tied behind your back.
Yeah. I can't. I've got it. That's right. Good call. So
I'm impressed. I'm just confused.
It could only be a half Nelson. So you cannot.
She'll move her arm up just for fun to mock you.
I can't hit my finisher tonight. This is interesting. Okay, so it's the half Nelson, and the half Nelson kind of brings her down over the knee and he's trying to set up for a one-armed underhook pile driver.
Having
Very
trouble.
creative wrestling from Dave Dallas tonight. Moves we have sort of seen, but never in this configuration. Fantastic.
Let's see if you can do this, Dave. Let's have you roll.
Oh boy, a 10 on a dice. So that's
Yeah.
work is 9.
Do you keep control, or do you hand off control?
I'm gonna put momentum into that to bring it to a 10. So I'm gonna keep
Keep control and pay yourself back.
Yes, he is really he is showboating. He is kind of delivering on what he promised, which is terrible, right? We don't want this guy
Right.
to do what he said he was gonna do.
Here is the thing. I know that Sable Tagressa has momentum, and here is the thing, Dallas, as you're getting that half Nelson locked in. Sable Tagressa is booked to win.
All right, so
How do you hand that off to her to let her get you to the Tiger's Trap?
he's thrilled. He said, "I look good. This is easy. Hit your finisher."
See. Of course.
Sable, tell us what that looks like.
Oh, I don't go straight for the finisher.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, you do the setup
So
for
like,
it. Give us the sequence.
So you had gotten me in the half Nelson, but we were struggling back in the fourth, I guess. As you were setting up for the pile driver, I managed to get to the ropes, so the referee orders you to break the hold, which maybe you do at the 4 count or whatever. That's when I think maybe you're showboating some more as you're yeah, one arm posing. And that's when I'm gonna just all right, roll my eyes as I just grab you and haul you up overhead. Excuse me. And then I'm just carrying you like a child, just like a child as I step over the top rope and just make my way towards the Tiger's Trap. But before that, I'm looking and the crowd's it's that's when I just all right, I'm gonna go out into the crowd and sort of just drag him around and offer every single audience member a chance to chop you across the chest as I lock you in a full Nelson because I totally rip off your bindings. So I want to work the audience like this.
Okay.
Come on, be nice to me, Dice. Hey, they're nice to me now. 9 plus 3, I think. So
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you want to spend that momentum to get the heat?
it'll only take me up to 3.
Yeah.
So, sure, I guess. Why not? So 2.
Okay.
So let me add that heat. All right, and then
Knocking Dave Dallas.
Yeah. I'm just take you around as somebody carries a baby and the baby chops you. I presume you sell it like death, do you? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, cause this is what he's into. We're not working that hard. This is easy. So it's yeah, he's completely going along, and he's actually leaning in remember to put an apron on me.
All right, okay. So then as she's making her way back to the stage, she I think that's when you manage to squirm out, and then maybe you go at her, but she drops down, ducks down, and grabs you between her legs and does she's gonna go for a Mexican lucha destroyer right there on the stage, so she can put the apron on you before she picks you up and tiger press slams you. No, tiger drivers you right into the Tiger's Trap.
Awesome. Shall we have you roll your finisher then?
Sure. Let's see. 3 and a 5. That's an 8. So
Okay.
I have 2 momentum. So I'll
You
bump
push it
to
up to the 10?
Sure.
Awesome. So what do we see on camera? How does that look?
So yeah, like as a basically get him in double arm underhook, flip him over like in the power bomb, and then just like toss him over off the stage into the net. Once it stretches down, it's like the trap net from like Return of the Jedi that right. So he's just hauled up and he's just like, and I'm like spinning him around.
Absolutely. And the audience digs it. You hit that clean. You will get an audience from that. Dallas, I don't think you were at 4 with
I was not, no.
So you will not gain audience, but that will hit well. And I think we will they'll clear that, and I think we have a chance if people want to do. I saw that somebody wanted to do a backstage thing. I think we will cut to that.
Well, Dave Dallas is walking backstage strutting, happy, like, see you dumb fucks. That's how it works. Nobody got hurt. A lot of heat. They popped on the finish. That's how it works, you dumb fucks.
Sable's rolling her eyes. He's like, all right, well, he did better than I expected.
Malin, you wanted a scene with Teramoto?
Yeah. So Billy Ray's walking backstage and he's looking for Teramoto. Do I find you in the green room again working on the social media stuff?
Yeah, it's a big night.
Okay. So hey, are you on live video right now, or can you chat for a minute?
Yeah. Hey, come on in.
Hey,
how's the knee?
It's a little wonky, but I think it'll be all right. I'm gonna get it checked out tomorrow.
You got to put some cold on it, man.
Yeah, I've got like a wrap on it right now. Kind of a just a quick compress, and I'm gonna let my orthopedist take a look at it tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. So I saw you with the mask. That was freaking brilliant. Now, here's the thing. Like, I know you were thinking about like shifting your identity type thing. Are you going to run with that, or are you looking to like go head to head with that other Teramoto?
I might have to do something. I think some people have it in for me. I can't stay Teramoto. I think I have to figure it out.
Well, we could, if you're interested, like, you've got, you and I have some heat now. Like after that spot and that ending of that match, I think lit things up. Like there's something going there too. And if we build that into your match with Jim, like we've got a lot of stuff to float out there, especially if you're going to come out like, reborn as something. I was trying to come up with an idea that might spin off of maybe a new mask or something like that if you're interested, or maybe you could do maybe you could talk to Jim's guy about some like face paint or something.
Oh yeah, hey, that's a good idea. I just got to work out. I got to work out something with the syndicate. I don't know how it's going to work out, but hey, I appreciate the mask. I knew you'd dig it.
Oh yeah, it was spectacular. Like that lit, and the crowd lit up on that finish. That was awesome. So if you want to spin off into something else, like touch base with me, touch base with Jim, we'll work with you on that, because if you're hot, then all of us build off that too. Just like when we're hot, it's good for you to beat us up because we're bad guys. When you're hot, it's good for us to ambush you and double deal you and treat you like crap because we're heels. So it makes money for everybody.
So you're saying that Dave Dallas is doing this for everyone's sake? Is that what's going on?
The thing with Dave is, yes, he's a good heel. Like, people hate him. But the problem is, like, he's not necessarily like playing a character out there either. Like, that's legit Dave Dallas. He's really that hateable. Like, he is legit hateable. Like, not just work hateable, he's shoot hateable. He is a walking workshoot of hateableness.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. I have to do something though. The other Terremoto is probably going to fly up to the States soon, and something's going to happen. We'll see.
Look, you decide you want to spin it into a new thing. We can work with that, especially since we did the mask spot this week and that hit hot. If you build that into a new ID for yourself, I mean, you'll hit the ground running with it here. So think about that. I think you got something going.
All right. I think as Malin leaves, he might have seen this, or maybe not. I think no, it was tabbed out. I think that he tabs back into Terremoto tabs back into the screen where he's photoshopping the Malin mask onto his own picture.
Nice. Anybody else want to call anything here before we wrap? Tyler?
I do have a little something.
I figured since the belt has not changed hands. Is on camera or off camera?
Well, I kind of have an idea of an on and off. As on camera, we have Wolf come out and announce that the belt has to be turned over. Off camera, we're going to see a little flashback as I'd like to play politics with Wolf.
Okay.
Wolf, you and I both know he just screwed us. I can't take the belt away from him. I'm not going to do that. He deserves his moment. He got the better of me. But this is the business. He needs to pay a little now, doesn't he, Wolf?
Let's have you roll audience.
I rolled a 4, but I will take it on up to...
Oh, it's +4, so.
Oh, it is +4, so that's an 8. I'll go ahead and take it to 10.
Okay. So you pick one, and then they pick one.
Right. And I'm going to... well, he's going to agree with me that when I hand over the belt, I'm going to get my rematch immediately. But I'm not going to win the match. I realize that's bad. I just get the chance to have a moment with him in the ring.
So you want a match right now? Is that what I'm understanding?
I do want when I hand this belt over, we ring the bell, I get a moment.
Okay. And I think that Wolf would like this to remain quiet so that the three of you, it doesn't go beyond the three of you. He doesn't want other people to know that this is what has happened. He will say, I had another argument with the creative committee tonight. That's who booked the show originally, where they are not my first choice.
And Jeff, if Jerry or you have any points you want to grab hold or interrupt, feel free. So I think we have, Wolf having 4, up there in the ring. We got to have the belt handover.
I know that's our last match, but we have a situation we need to resolve. I had a conversation with Shattered Queen. He's agreed to come out here, understands the belt needs to be transferred. When you do that publicly, could you come on down here? Weasel, I assume you're with Wolf at this point.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Come on down, Shattered Queen, and we'll have you officially, with no other problems, hand off that belt to the Weasel.
And I come in. I only have the DM belt. I've left the other gold in the back. And so I come in with the belt, and you could see the anger and regret on me. And as I, hesitantly, and Wolf has to kind of, I'll reach out and hand the belt to you as Wolf announces that as champion deserves a rematch.
And that rematch is going to happen right now. And Wolf gets the hell out of the ring as the bell rings and rushes out.
And referee has kind of scrambled in there as Sherry takes the belt, holding it here, and I bounce off the rope and go straight into the around the world and back snap onto the belt with your forehead. I'm working real stiff in the attempt to get disqualified and lose my and lose the match.
Okay. Let's have you roll that work real stiff.
Oof, you're so mean.
That's a 7. I'll take it to a 10.
Okay. You really lay them out. Pick 2.
I'm going to injure them.
Oh.
And as I lean into
audience.
Jerry's probably addled headed ear, I'm going to say, you do need to remember, I was being nice before. And match ends in no contest.
Oh.
And
Jeff, are you good with that?
Yes, sure.
Poor Jerry just can't get that audience zero again.
And I'll stand up, and as the ref's pulling me away, but leaving the belt there underneath Jerry's knocked out form.
Awesome. And I think that's definitely where we have to wrap the show on that. The camera staying way too long on Jerry, the Weasel's prostate form in the middle of the audience, and then the Gauntlet League Wrestling little copyright logo comes up in the corner, and then we fade to black. And that is our show for tonight. Next week is the last episode. We are because it'll be number 8. Joe will probably be here late. So we'll probably try to book a big scrum match for the end and so that we give plenty of room for Sable Tigressa to come in for that. Does that seem fair, Joe?
Sure. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And if you can't make it, you know, we've gotten you to go out on a highlight. So
yeah, the dinner's at 6 p.m., but like it's a town a few away. So
okay.
Sister's 40th, so it's important.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I do want to say, damn you, Yellow Rose, for you just kept rolling good, because I was like, neither of us is going to be good in this match, and I kept expecting you to go to the classic route of grabbing a microphone and talking. So I was always keeping 2 momentum so I could just make you speechless. I'm like, damn it, he's not doing the thing.
Yeah, I was holding enough momentum to do a heel move, but then when the end came, like, I liked it.
Yeah, it was good matches all around. Nice stuff set up for the pay-per-view.
And I did have a question.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't chosen in the Play Politics, does that mean Jim is now booked out of his hottest feud?
Yeah, I think so. I think he had we're going to choose one of the 2 that he had running.
Did that finish out the Weasel? Is that I've forfeited? You want to go with the Weasel, or is it Dave, or do we think that the Teramoto is the hottest?
I feel like Teramoto is like
I think
the actual story.
Yeah, I think Teramoto is the one that has legs, and I think they're gonna take you out of that one.
That's a shame.
I know, yeah. You screwed over Teramoto.
It's the lowest. He doesn't have the heat with him.
Well, technically, I mean, Dave probably should have dropped last week, right? Because you didn't interact with him.
We don't do the drop.
Yeah, I always forget about that, because we usually go right up to the hour on those. And we do the interaction backstage is for that.
I was counting. Okay.
Yeah. Well, let me think about that, and we'll talk about that at the beginning of next episode as we see the ramifications of that move fall out.
I'm certainly willing to take whatever punishment comes. I felt it was worth it, and I hope, Jeff, I hope that didn't bug you.
No, that was awesome. It's all great. It's awesome.
Oh, and as a follow-up, I guess, from last week, both Dave and I should be booked out of our hottest feuds.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because neither of us took it. So.
Yeah, I really dislike that Play Politics move.
It's not well written.
No, the options, if it stays private, in a lot of cases, it eliminates other options.
Yeah, like, also, it should be called Backstage Argument. Yeah, that's all this is about.
Yeah. it looks like it was something that the options came up with first, and then the move was written around, and it doesn't quite make enough sense.
Yeah.
Like creative sets up a match or other segment, doesn't make sense with the rest of the options.
Yeah. We'll have to think about that. Yeah, I agree. I think that's one of the areas that I'm least happy with the beta.
I like some of the ideas of it, but it doesn't work yet.
Anyway, I'm going to stop our live stream there.